We usually look up to the people who have high self-esteem because they are the ones who achieve things that we can only dream about. We perfectly understand how positively it could affect our life only if we had that high self-esteem that we see in some people. We can even feel it when they are around. But what we don't understand usually is why. Why they are the ones who have it and not you. So we came to believe that some of us are simply born with it. It depends on the types of genes we have, or it's something that you can gain only in your childhood. All these theories might be true to a certain extent, but the reality is quite the opposite. Building your self-esteem is similar to learning how to swim or play golf. There are certain rules that you have to understand first, and then you can get better at it with some practice. And obviously, the more you practice, the better you get at it. And that's what we'll try to find out in this video. Why do we have low self-esteem and how we can fix it? Whatever we do or say is mostly a result of what we think. Our thoughts and beliefs are the foundation of our actions, and how we view ourselves determines our level of confidence and self-esteem. Think of self-esteem as a reputation that you build about yourself for yourself. The more bold actions you take, the more you start to believe that you can take even more. But what affects mostly our self-esteem is the people around us. Although that we always say that we don't really care about what people think about us, but the reality is quite different. Deep inside, we're always concerned about what public thinks about us, especially those whom we know, such as friends and family. And the ugly truth is that we constantly compare ourselves to them, even to our parents. We look if we have achieved more or less than our peers, if the house we live in or the car we drive or the position we hold is slightly better than our classmates from school. We feel good about ourselves since we have exceeded them. On the other hand, if you are unemployed when everyone around has a job, you probably will have low self-esteem and ask questions such as, why it's me again? And that's the main reason why a lot of people suffer from low self-esteem. The truth is that we are different whether you like that or not. Of course, it's not always bad to compare yourself to others, but there are things you can change and there are things you can't. And the ideal way to deal with it is to accept what you can change, such as being born in a certain family or not looking as attractive as a Hollywood star, and improve what you can, such as working harder, dressing up better to look more appealing. And that drives me to the second point. Practice self-responsibility. Every time I make a video about financial education, there are always some people criticizing down below, you can only become rich if you are born in a rich family. Think about how these people view themselves. They are automatically saying to themselves, life is unfair, I was born into a poor family and that's not my fault at all. I'm just meant to be poor. But we perfectly know that's not the case. Every day in every corner of the world, there are some people who are born into some really poor families and yet they find ways to dig their way out to a financial freedom. You will never have high self-esteem if you always play the role of the helpless, innocent victim. Lastly and most importantly, live purposefully. When your objectives in life aren't quite clear, that's the moment you measure your worth by comparing yourself to others. But that changes when you start living with a sense of purpose. When you wake up morning and understand that today you will do your best to get at least one step closer to that dream. You won't look around at people to compare yourself to, but rather you will look at yourself, at who you were yesterday and who you are today. And as long as you're progressing and improving, your self-esteem will be higher. And now it's your turn. What do you think? Do you think self-esteem is overrated or it's really the most important skill you can learn? I would love to know your opinion. And as always, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more similar videos. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.